Yeah. You are tuned in to the Starting Five podcast. We got a special edition, y'all. I'm your man, E-Trillionaire. Of course, you can call me E-Trill for short. You can also hit me up on Instagram and X at E_Trillionaire. You can always tune into the Starting Five podcast wherever you get podcasts. And also, you can chime in on the YouTube channel. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to kick it to my left. Oh, before I do that, we do have some special guests in the building tonight. We're going to rock it out. We're going to introduce them last, but I'm going to kick it to my left.
You're now tuned in to the Starting Five podcast. Your boy Jay Supreme, Hop Jordan 3 on IG. I'm very excited about this episode. You know, we got some comedians on the podcast for the first time. I love comedy. I'm a huge avid. I go to the improv all the time, and excited to have y'all on the podcast. I'm going to pass it to John.
You already know what it is, man. Boy, Jonathan Cinco Hardy on the book, at SuperJohn on X and Instagram. And you already know what to do, man. Leave your likes, your dislikes, your questions, your suggestions, and send us that feedback because you know we need that. And once again, we told y'all, we just not a sports podcast. We got it down. We get busy in all different aspects of life. So go ahead, kick it back to EB.
Yeah. So I'm going to introduce our comics one by one. We got some talented people in the building. I'm going to start with my man on my right here, Mr. Ryan POLK from Cleveland, Ohio. Ryan's done some shows at some spots here locally. The funny Sundays, Silks, 50-ish first jokes. He's been down at Hilarities with 2 showcases. My man Ryan's been at the Improv, Comedy Contest Finals, and the Funny Stop down in Cuyahoga Falls. And he's been doing comedy for 6 years. Welcome to the Starting Five podcast, Ryan.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you. Yes, I'm glad to be here, and no, man, it's because it's my, of course my first time here, but I definitely shout out to Phil. Phil, if you're watching this live, shout out to you. If you're, for inviting me to come on here and also booking me for the show, and I'm looking forward to kicking it with y'all.
Absolutely, welcome. All right, to my left here, right in the middle of the couch, we got the lady in the building tonight. Miss EULISE Dickerson. She's from Cleveland, Ohio as well. She's done some shows, performed all over from Cleveland to Phoenix, Arizona, performed at the Funny Stop, Hilarities, the Cleveland Improv, and she's shooting her very own comedy special this April the 24th of 2024. EULISE, welcome to Starting Five.
What up? Yeah, it's your girl EULISE Dickerson. And yeah, I'm ready to be the female of the night.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the first time I'd had to tell you, a couple niggas though. But
Female of the night for real.
I know, right? Nah, but I'm ready to talk the shits with y'all.
All right, for sure. And last but not least, we got my man TYRONE Gaines from Cleveland, Ohio as well. He's done shows also at the Funny Stop, Hilarities, and the Improv Club. Welcome to the Starting Five podcast.
What up, y'all? What up, man?
Yes.
TYRONE Gaines, the Fresh Prince of Welfare. And like a pregnant pit bull's puppies, we in this bitch.
Absolutely. So at any time, you definitely plug your IGs, your Twitters, your Facebooks, TikTok, whatever platforms you're on, so the audience can know where to stop in and find you.
Oh, I might as well do that right now then. So you can follow me on TikTok at Entertainer Taurus, like the bull. You can follow me at rpolk, POLK, the Taurus. And you can follow me on my Facebook and YouTube at Ryan POLK, POLK.
EULISE Dickerson on all social media platforms. I'm the only EULISE Dickerson. If you search me, I'm on Facebook. That's private. So if you are trying to follow me on there, because I'm not cleaning that up, just let me know that you had tuned in on the Starting Five podcast. My IG is public. That's _EULISE DICKERSON, EULISE Dickerson, and EULISE Too Funny on TikTok.
Nice. Instagram, Tyrone the Comic, all one word, and that's TYRONE. White people like to leave the E off, or whatever. Tyrone the Comic, and on Facebook, I am TYRONE Gaines, and hopefully after this podcast, I'll be TYRONE Gaines, more fans.
There we go.
Let's do it.
And just to
man,
plug,
you sound like OnlyFans account right there.
Well, I do got an OnlyFans, so y'all can follow me on OnlyFans at Pretty 12s.
Is your OnlyFans free, EULISE? Because I'm only subscribing. It's free.
No,
I'm subscribed, but it's worth the money.
Do your OnlyFans take EBT?
No.
Oh, never mind. No. They don't take WIC?
No.
Damn, 'cause I'm a deadbeat godfather. That's why.
That's funny. Like, bro, you was gonna buy groceries anyway. I'm just gonna give you the groceries.
Well, hey, well, if I'm buying, well, first of all, if I'm buying groceries, since I'm a deadbeat godfather, I'm only shopping at Aldi's and Save-A-Lot because a godfather is worth that much.
I get my cucumbers.
A godchild is worth that much.
And my aloe vera water from Aldi. So you know.
I'm too good to shop at Aldi's and Save-A-Lot. Yeah, I don't do the
Don't
generic
get
shit.
no steak from there because it's gonna be expired by the time you get to the car.
Man, dude, hey, their steak tastes like tastes like a rubber dog toy. That's what it tastes like. The steak from Aldi's and Save-A-Lot.
Like, it was good in line. I just had this.
like I just cannot stand shopping at Aldi's and Save-A-Lot. Like you got Sam's Cola. Like who the fuck is Sam?
Oh, the cola.
Yeah, and then you got Mountain Thunder. Like what the fuck is Mountain Thunder? And then you got the cereal boxes. The fucking shit tastes like concrete. Like I shit my
Fago's
fucking
mainstream
tooth.
cola now. Fago's like mainstream soda now.
But it's name brand now.
His name brand. It's mainstream. It used to be like that was the generic one.
But the
Faygo.
generic shit like Starships, like that fucking shit is nasty as hell.
I ain't never heard it.
Sorry, you're too old to be drinking. Like, you know.
Or just like the generic cereal.
Yo,
Like
got
I shit my
diabetes.
fucking tooth because it tastes like concrete. A fucking prize don't even come in the box, dude. I'm like, is it oats? Is it flakes? Which one is it?
It ain't like it used to be.
Yeah, it just say cereal in bold letters. Yeah, so I can't.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll give you Save-A-Lot, man. But all these guys some gems, man.
I can't
They
fuck
cleaning
with
it up.
Aldi's.
Maybe when I was a child, all these was like Save-A-Lot, but all these didn't clean it up, man.
Man, I don't care how broke I get. I'm gonna do like that post on Facebook. I don't care how broke I get. I will never shop at no Aldi's. Like I will. I'd rather be at Sunoco than I'd rather shop at Sunoco or Marathon than be shopping at some
It'll be
Aldi's.
some name brand stuff there, so I get that.
All right,
Yeah.
so y'all got a comedy night coming up. Presented. It's gonna be at the Diamond 8 Lounge on March 1st, 2024. Put on by SNS Productions. So presents comedy night. And so this address to this location is 3400 St. Clair Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Doors open up at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Purchase tickets online at www.eventbrite.com. And so how did y'all get hooked up with this particular event? And what goes into, putting together, a 10, 15 minute set, 20-minute set, hour set, to keep people rolling out of their chairs? Because I'm just curious. I always wanted to ask the company that question.
I think it starts all with 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like everybody go open mic and you give it your first 5 minutes and you try to make that first 5 as tight as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get it up to 7 minutes. Or you might start a whole new 5 and put that together. But yeah, eventually you just build it up because ultimately we all want to get to an hour.
Right.
Try to get that Netflix special.
Right.
Yeah. So me, I would have to say, kind of piggyback on what Tyrone Gaines has said. Basically starts out with a 5-minute set, because when I first started doing comedy, 5 minutes used to feel long as shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
But now 5 minutes is like a breeze right now. Like 5 minutes is basically just like nothing but just practice work to me. And you definitely do want to, work yourself up to get up to that Netflix special, because once you catch that comedy bug,
Right.
you become addicted. You don't want to get the cure from getting bit in the ass by the comedy bug. You want to do like 10 minutes. You want to do like 12 minutes. I mean, the most I've ever done is 15 minutes, and I guess like my bit in the ass ain't really affect me that much, because 15 minutes is the most I like to do.
Okay.
But
It's a comfortable spot.
yeah, it's a comfortable spot. But I'm really, really excited to be doing this, and because Phil, he had reached out to me and had asked me to do this, and since I never performed at this location before, I'm really, really looking forward to it, since I know a few comedy shows have been done there before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, me and Phil, shout out to Phil, we go way back. Like, we went to high school together.
Okay.
And so, he had reached out to me because he had, wanted to do some comedy. And, I've been around for almost 10 years in the game. And so, when he had reached out to me, I just thought about all the things that I like and don't like from doing other people's shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of gave him like a little format on how to go about booking it, about the production, about everything like that or whatever. So he took that and put it together and reach out to some quality comics. And I'm real proud of him about that. Whatever, everything's been good thus far, as far as like him putting everything together, promoting it, and everything like that. We won't know until the actual show happens how well
see
his efforts.
Yes.
How his efforts. And as a headliner, flex. So as a headliner,
I was definitely gonna get to that for sure.
yeah, as a headliner or whatever, I've done like I could honestly say I knew I had it down as far as like being a comedian, not just being funny because there's a difference.
Right.
Being a comedian when I had to do a pastor's anniversary, and so I was clean, sober, and the location had no mic. And I did like 45 minutes.
So you was like
So
this
you
on stage, just like shouting
Like
to the
so-
people.
spoken word
Yeah.
comedy.
Almost, yeah.
Use her vocals.
And then on top of that, the location was basically their gym. So I don't know if you ever been like in a elementary school gym.
Yeah.
The acoustics is everything, and so I'm projecting over kids playing in the back and everything like that, and still had the crowd that was there. You know what I'm saying, for the comedy portion or whatever, like rolling.
Definitely.
And once you get that first laugh, it's definitely addictive. And you almost like, I think the turn from being funny to being a comedian is when you intentionally say something out your mouth and it's supposed to land a joke or a reaction or something like that. And good comedy, a good set will have a laugh. I don't know why I thought you linked this way on my peripheral,
No.
but a good set will have a laugh or a reaction every 30 to 60 seconds. I also say that comedy is like boxing. Like once you hit in that bag and you get that rhythm or whatever, it just goes. You know what I'm saying? And the energy is real good with people who want to be there. Cleveland is a hard city to do comedy in.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I did the improv before it became the Funny Bone, and I'm so glad that I was able to do the improv before it became the Funny Bone, because my mom had been wanting me to do that, and I was able to do it on her 70th birthday. So when I did the improv, whatever, I really felt the difference between doing like indie shows to doing like actual club shows. And I'm glad I waited that long. Like it took me a minute because I just did it like last December, so it took me a little minute to get there to that point. But like now it's like, I don't know about these indie shows. Y'all gonna have to become with somebody.
All right.
But,
You should be almost 10 years in though.
yeah.
But you want to know something though, like ULISE is right though, because because being somebody who has performed at the improv, like at the improv twice, because I performed at the improv in 22, and it was 2 times in 22. And I will say this, I'm happy that I performed that year versus the year when I had first started out, because I would have performed at the improv during the year when I first started out, I definitely probably would have got, I would have been like T.I. when he did stand up. I would have got booed hell off the stage.
You ain't got no song to pull up to sing.
Exactly. Yeah, I ain't got no song to pull up to sing unless I'm lip singing, maybe. But
You can have whatever you like, guys. I'll just calm down.
and I'm happy that I was happy to perform there before it got changed to the Funny Bone, and like she said, because not just Cleveland, but the comedy industry is very, very harsh. Like I feel like as entertainers, we're in the game by ourselves, because it's hard to get supporters, and stand up is not for everybody, and just because you're funny when you're telling jokes, when you're kicking it with people, doesn't mean that you can be funny when you get up on that stage. Because I know some people who are funny when they're kicking it with people, and when they get up on that stage, they freeze the fuck up.
Hey, but look, a speech is a lot harder than a conversation. Especially somebody give you something that you can piggyback off of, like you do make a face, oh, I got a joke for that, whatever. But it's harder when you got to create the moment to be funny. And like she said, man, Cleveland is harsh, and you don't even realize the gift that Cleveland gives you until you go to other places.
Absolutely.
And the crowds are polite. It's like, oh my gosh.
Now, let me follow up on that, Tyrone, because
Sean, showtime.
because we hear that a lot as far as people that's in the rap business that come out of here and acting and things like that. They say it's a hard place to build a following. Why is it that way?
Because Cleveland has an unnecessary arrogance about themselves or whatever, and at the end of the day, like, we are literally like top 10 depressed, top 10 impoverished, this and that, whatever. So it's hard for me to disengage from my personal and be present, even though I'm sitting right here. And I feel like podcasting and social media has really kind of made it that uphill battle, because as far as social media is concerned, you know, it's easier for me to support you when I can just hit like from my bed. For me to put on clothes, get in my car, drive to this location, spend money on drinks, spend money on food. Like, you definitely want to make sure that you deliver that experience, because it takes so much to get people out the house. Podcasting has already, you know what I'm saying, made it an uphill battle, because I tell a lot of comics, like, at the end of the day, whatever, do you want to be right or you want to be funny?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. Nobody's in the
always
audience
a
fact checking your joke, whatever. Make it funny. You can lie. Like, as a woman doing comedy, I was like, oh, I can lie about stuff. It's like a lot of women are honest by nature. You know what I'm saying?
So before you go on, I wanted to go to the point you were making, like about how Cleveland is rough and it's sad, but Cleveland also has a lot of untapped talent. A lot of people that let their dreams die on the vine. So when you go up there, you be like, oh, you funny? I'm funny too, nigga. You know, you rap, I rap too, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No, I seen that happen.
And you get that same energy. It's like, well, you didn't even treat your gift right. You know what I mean? So I can't expect you to support mine.
I'm shooting my shot. You sitting in the stand.
Why you ain't up here?
But Cleveland cats really respect people after they make it someplace else. Like, you got Bone Thugs and Harmony. They weren't messing with Bone on the come up, but when they got with Eazy-E, everybody, oh, I grew up on 99. That's my cousin in them. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody was Bone.
Once they got that stamp from someplace else.
And so Sean Showtime just commented on my live. He said, it's easy to make your friends laugh, but when you can make people laugh that doesn't know you, that's when you know you're starting to be funny.
That don't love you, don't have no reason to give you no support.
Exactly. And I know you mentioned something about acting. You know, the same thing is it with acting too. You know, because, well, I just feel like that entertainment in general is just a harsh industry, whether it's acting, comedy, podcasting, you know, modeling, whichever, you know. And the thing about Cleveland is that, you know, I don't know, man, like Cleveland is kind of like, it's kind of hard to explain it, because, you know, you got your supporting team, and then you got some that be against you, because you can simply be in a room, like, as comedians, you can simply be in a room full of comics performing stand-up, like, at an open mic, and they might not laugh at your jokes simply because they may know that your jokes is funnier than theirs.
There is a competition.
And I'm talking about the truth. You know what? I think I got the best advice like year one, and I think that's what has like kind of like kept my head level with a lot of things as far as support, because Jeremy told me, that's what I call him, Jeremy. He told me, because I was like, I would get so upset because I had, you know, been friends with some people for certain, like, so many years or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I make you laugh for free. Like, you just can't come out and support me, this and that, whatever. And he said that you rather have an honest laugh from a stranger than a ha-ha, I know you laugh from a friend. And once I shifted my expectation of support and just focus on strangers, I have acquired so many great strangers, like Kawana. She, you know, she's usually at the garage shop at Make 'em Laugh Mondays or whatever. She works the door, whatever. Like, Kawana is literally one of my best friends because of comedy. Like, she literally is a self-proclaimed first fan. Like, I did Rock Shop like maybe 1 or 2 times, and she came to me after the show, was like, I think you're hilarious. I am a fan. And I said, well, guess what? You're my first one. And so ever since then, like, she been riding with me, like, seriously. I had another friend, you know, her name is Trina Porter. She drove through a snowstorm just to see me and then left. We was out in like Brecksville, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, it was a whiteout. It was real bad. And I've had more people who are strangers support me, like really support me. Like, I'm talking about like buy tickets, can't even show, like gift them away to somebody or whatever. Then I've had people who know me for years. There's still people I've graduated with who've seen my posts, who've seen.
What's your quote about that? About raising the dead?
Oh yeah, it's easier to give birth to raise the dead.
No, that's a fact.
So you don't have to worry about resurrecting these old people that's been around you, because guess what? Nothing against them. They don't know you as this up-and-coming comedian. They just know you as a childhood friend they used to play, you know what I'm saying, in the mud with. They don't see you as that.
Right.
It's only going to take people telling them about you, because I've had people come and like, hey, you know, I seen your flyer at the store when I went to you know, get this and that, whatever, you know, I seen, and people told me and people shared me or whatever, like, you funny, you this and that, whatever, well, bring your ass on.
Right, come on out, come on out.
Like,
My family didn't think I was funny until somebody else told him. A stranger told him that I was funny. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go check him out now.
My family is crazy. You know something? I definitely do gotta give a shout out to these two right here, because I remember when I didn't even do comedy, I remember when EULISE used to always come up to me and be like, "Yo, when are you gonna start coming up and start telling jokes?" You know, and this was around the time when I had met when Jen had introduced me to you, and yeah, you used to always be like, "Something, yo, when are you gonna go up there and do it?" And then when I finally did it, you know, like EULISE, you know, like she did give me compliments about it, and then when I auditioned, or when I used to go to, you know, some of the when I did go to the open mics that EULISE had did when she was hosting. I forgot the spot that it was out. It was out in Wycliffe somewhere.
Bliss.
But yeah, Bliss, yes. You know, like EULISE, you know, she did like give me my flowers and everything, and yeah, you know, like I definitely do appreciate her for that, because, you know, she was supportive, and you know, it's hard to get people to support you like that. And Tyrone, Tyrone, he was be giving me my flowers about how how I'm doing this and that. You know, but yeah, you know, like, yeah, it's definitely shout out to these two, because these two are definitely good comics, and they have been supportive with me through my comedy, through my comedy career.
That's a professional thing.
You know,
so go ahead.
I just wanted to piggyback off what y'all was talking about, and us starting our podcast, what, year and a half now?
Mm-hmm.
I fully understand what you're talking about, how, like, bro, I've been knowing you since we've been 5 years old. You listen to one episode, we 60, 70 deep, like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I thought I was your boy, like.
right.
Hey, but you know, I got a cousin, man, and he don't support shit I do. I used to rap, produce. Now he don't like none of that shit. But with comedy, he was like, "Are you on to something?" So I'm like, it was a more of an honest validation, you know what I mean? Because he don't like nothing that I do anyway, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I must be on to something if he fucking with me.
No, for sure.
And everything like, people respect consistency. Because
That's
people
true.
see you try this and try that and try this or whatever, and then when you ain't doing it no more, whatever, they look at something like stand up as, oh, she ain't gonna be doing it that long. So longevity tells the story. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
So if you are like literally less than 5 years doing anything, don't worry. Because I don't know if y'all know this, probably not, but bamboo does not even break soil for the first 5 years. But after that, it grows feet every hour on the hour on the hour. So
Every day,
sometimes, you know, like you just gotta be consistent and keep watering that soil until it break ground.
Message.
Message.
No, definitely.
Message.
We gotta stop it.
Yeah, we had a great commitment level to what we're doing here, and it's super exciting to flip the script and do something that we wouldn't normally do. So my next question for y'all, so it's 2024, and we didn't live through the whole the BLM movement to cancel culture, to accepting this transgenderism and everything that's in the world today. Now, when you're going on stage,
Call it the ABC.
is it
Yeah,
is it things that you're not willing to talk about to sort of save face to the public eye, or are you like, nah, fuck it no holds bars? Because I'm thinking about an Andrew Dice Clay, I'm thinking about a Richard Pryor.
Guys who was to do
You know what I'm
that
saying?
shit.
That didn't-
Even the rappers in like the 90s, they was dropping the
No,
F-bomb
right.
heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how is it coming up in this climate?
I would say that, for real, there's only 3 things that I feel like you can't really talk about and make funny. Abortion, because you don't know like who has experienced it personally or whatever, and so that's a trigger type of conversation or whatever. Rape, because it's not funny. And religion, unless you practice it,
Okay.
because it's disrespectful if you don't practice
Right.
it. So those are 3 things that I shy away from. And newly is, I had seen this one comic or whatever talk about the whole George Floyd thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I
My
saw that.
thing
video.
is-
Yeah.
I feel like it's too much material, both personal experience and just personal upbringing, whatever. It's too much material to talk about triggering like conversations like that, whatever, because I don't care what nobody say at this time in 2024. Unfortunately, like this trigger culture is like, whether it's positive or negative, any attention is good attention. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Like you don't want a type of attention because you can't unlive that. Like we see the whole Chris Brown situation in the news or whatever. Like he was supposed to be in the All-Star game and can't because the Ruffles having an issue with him. And that stuff happened years
Years
ago.
ago.
Both parties have moved on. They don't even talking about it.
She
Yeah.
admitted it multiple times. Like me and him are
Exactly.
good. Like we
call
talk
them-
to each other.
But that's the problem with the cancel culture, man. You got these on behalfers.
Mhm.
Like it ain't even
Oh,
the people.
yeah.
It ain't even the people you offended.
We
It's-
talked about that.
yeah, these ain't even the people you offended. It's like, you know, my sister used to be my brother, and they wouldn't like this joke, so I don't like you. You know, and it's like
Yeah.
they laughing, like your sister brother laughing, like don't.
Right.
But that's how it is though. But I feel her like with the point she made about you want to get booked or you want to be funny.
Right.
You know, and for me that's what it was. Like do I want to be right or do I want to get booked? Because when I first started comedy, I had points to prove and shit to talk.
Yeah.
And I still got these jokes in the stash because I believe in them. You know what I mean? It was just the climate. You know, like oh man, the crowd don't react the way they should. And these are funny. But
Right.
but I have abortion jokes.
Yeah.
I got trans jokes. I got you know what I'm saying. But at this point in my career, I'm just doing the polite ones.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I get to a level where I'm like a Corey Holcomb or a Boosie, where I got my own following and they want to hear it and like I can't get canceled, then I can talk that shit because they coming for me. They want to
Right.
hear my talk.
But
that
then
shit.
also at that point, people know you better than to label you as this one fucking joke, and that's what I'm talking about. It's certain things you can't live down. So once you put yourself in that box, once you put yourself in that persona, people will never see you anything other than. So you have to give people enough good shit about you for them to know and put that topic as a joke or as a subject matter versus oh this is Tyrone blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah, not the whole label. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Right.
So me thinking off that, like honestly, it made me think about the jokes that I told at my job. You know, to make a long story short, you know, we had a Black History event at my job, and supervisor asked me to tell jokes, and I work in mental health.
Okay.
So, and it was like, you know, hey Ryan, you know, don't tell jokes about mental health, and you know, don't tell, you know, like don't tell jokes about mental health and all that and everything. Don't tell jokes about the clients and all that.
Well, clients know
Yeah.
it's HIPAA.
Well, clients HIPAA. Yeah, I mean that's obvious. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't do that anyway. But so that was kind of a challenge for me. But what I liked about what I did like about preparing for that was that it was a challenge, and you know, and when I did it, you know, it was a good success, obviously. But I feel like in today's like day and age, you know, you basically just gotta like prepare yourself for, like how EULISE and Tyrone said, you gotta prepare yourself for where you're doing jokes at, because some people can easily get in their feelings about whatever joke you're telling about and everything, and you know, and it's just that, you know, like as comics, you know, like I mean, like we're not even thinking about that, you know, we're just thinking about telling the jokes and everything. But you know, in today's day and age, you definitely got to know where you're telling jokes at.
And some of the people be hypocritical too, because it's like
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I had this lady. She said I was transphobic and a misogynist, right?
That's their favorite words.
Yeah, but she laughed at all my black jokes.
Yeah.
Before I got to talking about her
that.
group, you know what I mean? So it was like that was the thing I had to do. It was the pen pride. It's like I wrote these jokes, but it's like, all right, this isn't the place to have this fight. You know what I mean? Let me get to the top where I can really make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Then I can take a stand on, no, I believe in this joke and I can say it. But yeah, but the people, it's their groups, their in particular ones.
And you gotta just read the room. You just gotta read the room, because
Yeah,
like
you do.
not even on anything that's triggering. Like I've had comics that have been doing it, you know what I'm saying, a little while, and we're in a room full of all older people, and you talking about Mortal Kombat. They don't know,
don't
like
know that.
They don't
so you
know,
gotta be able to.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it could be funny as shit, but know who you're talking to,
Right.
and don't have such a rigid, structured set to where you can't change gears and stuff you talk about. Like I have talking in front of white crowds, black crowds, older crowds, young crowds. Like you have to be very aware of who you're talking to, and not have so much ego that my set is funny like everywhere else while you ain't laughing.
Yeah, and-
Well,
and
because I
keep
don't
writing.
understand it for real.
Look, and you got to keep writing because, like you said though, people be doing that, man. Because like I be telling some of these young comics, like read the room. It's like this nigga only got 2 moves, so he can read the room. He still can't. It don't matter. He can go left or right. That's it.
Yeah. But like, yeah, you definitely gotta read the room, because, you know, I mean, as comics, I mean, of course we don't know what people are going through, because I literally have been in some situations where, like, okay, I've made a joke, and then somebody may take offense to that, and then sometimes I just be like, okay, well, this person knows I do comedy, and okay, if you're getting your feelings about it, then well, first of all, why are you getting your feelings about it?
Right.
Especially if you're at a comedy show, because like I feel like that if you're going through something or anything like that, then you shouldn't even go to a comedy show.
What's the joke that they got offended? Is it okay to say on here?
You said, is it okay to say on here?
Whatever joke you talking about.
So like so like prime example, like one time, and I'm not gonna mention names, you know, this is the Ryan Polk HIPAA, but you know, I mean, so like one time, so like for prime example, I had some guests at my radio show, right? And one of the people at my radio show was a massage therapist. Like she does massages. So then I made a joke saying that, oh, well, okay, oh, so you do massages? So hey, I wonder at your job, do they do erotic pleasure? And she got a good laugh out of that.
Right.
So then next thing you know, I get a call back from a friend of hers that was like, oh, hey, why'd you make that joke about erotic pleasure? You know, her husband was downstairs. If her husband was up there, he would have got offended or anything like that. And I said, and I'm like, well, first of all, you know what you mean, like, you know I do.
Did her husband say something? That's the on behalf of shit.
Well, her husband wasn't even there in the studio. Her husband was downstairs outside, and I'm just like, okay, well, and I told her, I said, well, you know I do comedy, right? I'm just making a joke. And second of all, if her husband was there, I wouldn't even have made that joke. But still, I just feel like that certain people get in their feelings sometimes, but if they know you do comedy, you shouldn't even do it though.
Comedy, half of it is about audacity. We're supposed to go there. You know what I mean? And I believe, like even David Lucas with the whole George Floyd joke. Like I defend his right to make the joke.
Well, with the George Floyd joke, now I saw the video of the George Floyd joke, and me, for somebody who is a comic, personally, I wouldn't have made that joke, but like if I was in the stands like in person, and if I would have saw him make that joke, would I would have got up and left? No, I wouldn't have got up and left.
But I would have been offended if it was a white comic making that joke. You know what I'm saying? It's just the context. It's like, all right, I get it, but this is his take on the whole George Floyd thing. Like, here, look, I'm gonna tell you guys one of my favorite jokes I don't do anymore because the crowd gets tight. I say, a plus-size transgender woman won a beauty pageant in New Hampshire. And my first thought was, what do the bitches in New Hampshire look like? Right, hilarious. You know what I mean? And it's really poking more fun at the women in New Hampshire than it is the trans. Right? But I say a beauty pageant is the last place you can discriminate. Like, hey, you with the Adam's apple, you lost. Go home. You know? It's for my Hey, but look, I believe in this joke so much, but crowds, especially white crowds, they get so tight on me when I tell this joke, and I'm like,
I believe you. Because you gotta think about it, people are in public, but they're still in the mindset of I matter, and if I'm offended, I should be able to tell you that I'm offended, and it's more so like I think it's crippling to society for everybody to feel like they have the right to fix the world around them versus fixing them to accept the world.
Right. Say that.
And you can't control like what the world does. And to think that you have that much power to do so is insane.
Like it's selfish, really.
Oh, absolutely.
To think that nobody else matters or exists. Like, hey, I'm working up here. I'm selling this humor. If you don't like it,
and my thing is whatever. Like people have not. The thing is, people have not liked a lot of stuff, but they don't make it a point to identify themselves as somebody who does not like it. Everybody has to make a point to react and let you know that they're reacting this way because they want to be in your world. When at the end of the day, you know me. So if you're trying to insult me, it's not going to work because you know me, not the other way around. I don't know you.
Right.
And honestly, respectfully, God bless you, I don't give a fuck about you. If you're not going to be somebody who has a certain level of compromise to be like, hey, we can agree to disagree, but we're going to keep it cute. You know what I'm saying?
People won't even let their mind get changed.
I mean, Like, and I'm not trying to say it in a bad light because I do care for the most part, but I can't force you to accept that I care when I really do. Especially if you're gonna be disrespectful especially if your whole goal is to be a problem for me. Like, okay, you win. I don't have that much. I don't have a dog in this fight. Okay, you got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like even with heckling, like, cause
I was just about to ask y'all.
oh,
the hecklers.
I don't listen. I don't care about heckling. Like, and my thing is whatever. Like, heckling ain't just you talking at me. Heckling is you talking while I'm talking.
While you talking, yeah.
That's heckling to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm up here doing a show and you act like you ain't in public right now, whatever, and you talking over me, and I got the mic. So now I'm about to take it off for safety.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try to be palatable about how I tell you to shut the fuck up. But I'm gonna tell you to shut the fuck
No,
up.
Yuli's gonna make you uncomfortable. I've seen it.
Oh, I've seen it too. Yeah.
She gonna make you regret.
Yeah,
opening your
Yuli's-
And so
mouth.
I try
Yuli's ass,
to,
yeah.
but my thing or whatever, it's after like I try to like, hey, like you do know you in public right now. Like you not holding the phone and I'm not
You
on
give
your
him a
IG
shot.
right now.
You
Like I
do
try
give him the playful first
to wake him
joke
up.
too. Yeah.
But if you feel like you still gonna talk over me, now I'm gonna go for your uncomfortably built bell pepper looking ass. Like now I'm
Bell
gonna tell
pepper?
you. Now I'm gonna tell you how you should have been bed and breakfast in bed for your daddy. Like I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh shit.
Like,
All right, so what's-
that was a dick sucking joke.
Hey, Eulise be telling like how it is. Yeah, she definitely does go there. Yeah.
But that's what I say. Whatever. I've come to the point to where even when I do have to go for the juggler, people know me better than to know like, oh, she ain't just an asshole.
This was
Oh,
provoked.
she ain't just trying to be a bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not just whatever. So I give you enough of me, and that's one thing a lot of comics I feel like have lost. Is that like when I first started, the first thing you did was give people a little bit of touch about you. So that way when you do go out and venture into these other topics or these other subjects, they still have that foundation of who you are at the
Right,
core.
yeah.
So they're not easily triggered when you do go out and talk about other stuff or whatever, because they know you at that point.
I feel like if we're all grown-ups at the comedy club, everybody that's coming here, you gotta be grown, right?
No.
Right. But why can't I offend you? You know, why I can't offend you? You know, you can just like shut the fuck up, nigga, fuck you, whatever, and walk off. You know why?
No, because you low hanging fruit, and I'm.
You said
physically
fuck you
in
and
your
walk
fruit.
off.
No, because you're low hanging fruit. I'm physically in front of you or whatever, and my boss just pissed me off, so I can put hands on you.
Right.
I ain't on the clock no more.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's your easy target.
I
Like
would
you're
turn that
easy
mic
in
into a
front-
noonchuck so quick, man.
And my thing is, it's like I'm offending you indirectly. It's not like I'm literally talking.
It was like,
straight
hey,
to
you in the crowd.
Right.
They didn't have no daddy like you.
Yeah, they pissed you off.
Unless you
That's
heckling.
now,
Now
that's
you
her
heckling,
point.
then I'm
Like, I don't, like,
directly.
you know, you came here to see me. I don't know you from a can of paint, bro. Like, but my joke was broad as hell. Like, you took it personal because unfortunately you went through that
You can
situation.
relate.
Right, I see. Like, I was hoping a nigga with dreadlocks would show up so I can make
Yeah, like,
Hey, you know what? Let me kill this stereotype right here, please, if I can. Let me kill this stereotype. Listen, do not be scared to come to comedy shows thinking that we're gonna like roast you. I have never, ever got booked for a show, showed up to a mic hoping that you will be there for me to be funny. That's not a thing.
Right.
I actually
No, that's
write.
real.
I don't need you to be present for me to be funny. So no, come enjoy. The only way that you make yourself part of the show is if you talk over somebody or you be loud or you disrupt the flow of the show. So if you're coming to laugh, to be entertained, we got you. That's the only thing. Like, just, like that is such the biggest win. Oh, I don't want them to talk about me, bitch. We don't care if you there or not.
But you want to know something to be.
I sit in the front row at the Improv almost every time I go. I caught one joke. I've been there 10 plus. So
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
the biggest
But
mistake.
you want to know something though? I mean, to me, I feel like if you, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if you are a comic who have to roast somebody at your show every time,
I mean, your material ain't good.
yeah, your material is not good. You obviously ain't got no jokes prepared because out of all the years I do comedy, I've only dealt with two hecklers, and that was because, of course, they fired at me first, but I fired back at them. But yeah, I mean, like when I'm preparing for a show, I'm not preparing to try to roast somebody in the audience because I mean, maybe it's just me because I feel like that if you're preparing for a show just to roast somebody in the audience, then you ain't got no material, and
This is a one-man show.
Yeah, you ain't got no material.
And I think you need all the tools in the bag, right? But if that's all you lean on, it becomes a crutch.
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to freestyle, cool. But I'm gonna freestyle my whole set. That's bad. Don't do that. You have some material.
And be careful when you try to fire it back, because somebody might say some shit that you ain't ready for.
Because the two times when I dealt with some because.
For real.
My two times when I dealt with some hecklers, when I fired back at them, they just shut up right then and there, and they ain't say nothing back, cause they look stupid. But at the same time, hecklers though, as comics, we shouldn't, hecklers shouldn't discourage us, because when it comes to a heckler, if you can fire back at them, and they look stupid, then you won that battle.
It's like they want their quick little 5 minutes. So once again, we on the Starting Five podcast. We got Ryan Polk in the building. We got Tyrone Gaines and EULISE Dickerson. Once again, they'll be performing at SNS Production Presents Comedy Night at the Diamond 8 Lounge. March 1st coming up here. Tickets gonna be on the
Friday, March 1st. Be there.
For sure.
Yeah. So Friday, March 1st. Go on Eventbrite. Get your on sale tickets for $15. Yes, get them EBT tickets. Yes, $15. Yes.
So y'all got two other comments on the stage. You got Sean Boy SB. That's my homeboy.
Yeah, shout out Sean Boy.
We got Taylor.
Yes.
Is that Tyler Parnell?
Taylor
Whaler.
Okay.
Yes.
And you guys gonna be hosted by a good friend of mine, also Mel Yarbrough. I know Mel, so
I know
she's gonna
Mel.
be in the building.
I dated her cousin.
I have no idea who Mel Yarbrough. I have no idea who she is, but I'm looking forward to meeting her.
She cool as hell. So I guess my next question is, in this, from y'all coming up, in y'all journey, who was it that inspired you to say, man, I'm gonna pivot to comedy, or I always wanted to do comedy? Who was that person?
I'm gonna let y'all
that
go first.
inspired you?
Oh, for me, first and foremost, my pastor, the Honorable Patrice O'Neal.
Man,
Involved in But he made it to where it was. I saw the format, because shout out Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, all those guys, but that's how they talk.
Yeah.
You can't imitate that. I couldn't learn how to be Richard Pryor, but Patrice, I'm like, oh my God, we got he articulated so many things I already thought and felt. Right. So it was like, oh man, yes. And that's what kind of got me down the path. But Patrice O'Neal for me.
That's a good one, man.
So for me, I'm gonna have to say the king of comedy, in my opinion, the king of comedy himself, Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac, yes.
I was so nervous. Like, please say Bernie.
We know
Bernie Mac.
Hold on, man.
So Bernie Mac though inspired me, because Bernie Mac was one of those people who could make a joke about anything. Like Bernie Mac could come into the room, stand in front of the mic, not say anything, and I'll still laugh at him. And Bernie, and after watching documentaries about Bernie Mac and all that, Bernie Mac has pretty much showed that, like when he did that, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers and all that shit, Bernie Mac showed that, like, okay, you gotta have balls in this business and can't be scared of people heckling you and all that.
Oh, right.
So so Bernie Mac, Bernie Mac is the king of comedy.
But he always seemed like the adult in the room. Like it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, we in here with him. He ain't in here with us. We in here with Bernie.
Yeah, so Bernie Mac, that is my number one inspiration when it comes to comedy. Yeah, I really, really wish that I could have been old enough to see Bernie Mac at a stand-up, because I remember when my mom went to the Kings of Comedy, and I begged her so much to go see her. I begged my mom so much to go to the Kings of Comedy because I want to see Bernie Mac. But she was like, no, Ryan, you ain't old enough to go. And I'm like, fuck. Okay, so what I did was this. I had my DVD guy who lived behind us at the house. He was the house behind us. I had him, I had snuck and told him to make me a bootleg copy of the Kings of Comedy. And yeah, Bernie Mac to me is the king of comedy. Yes, I don't care what nobody say. He's funnier than Richard Pryor. Yes, he is the king of comedy to me. That is my number one inspiration, and yeah, that is my yeah. I really wish I could have seen Bernie in person. Yeah.
So I would say for me, I was one of them kids who used to sneak in the basement and watch Comic View all the freaking time.
Okay.
And I remember my dad, he used to work nights, so he would go to work or whatever. He had to be there at like 11. And Comic View comes on at 10. Yeah, so I would be down there like right before he went to work or whatever, and I'd be laughing my ass off whatever, like with it on low. And he'll hear like something like an adult would probably laugh at. He's like, what the fuck you know about that? I'm like, but I would say, long story short, my mom inspired me to do comedy. She actually wanted me to do the amateur night when I was like 19 at Improv. And I was just too scared. I was like, no. And I would say when she had a heart attack in 2013, it really was like, I got to get it off my bucket list. So in 2015, my best friend, Tiffany Stewart, she needed a ride to Kevin Hart's show. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to do stand-up comedy, I got to see this actually happen. Yeah. So I was able to go see Kevin Hart in 2015. I had my high school graduation, reunion or whatever. And like June 29th, 2015, I went up to Grog Shop. I knew John Bruton from him being friends with my sister and asked him if I could do it. And he was like, you want to go up tonight? I said, no, that's night. Right. The next night. And I promise you, like the first laugh, I was addicted. Like I remember my first joke, because I knew everybody didn't know me. And so my first joke when he brought me up is like, okay. And that was the first time I ever heard 5 people clap, but I didn't have to swallow first. And so, tells me I'm a lot cleaner now. And so,
that's gonna get attention though. That's a good first joke though.
Breaking the ice.
And
Did you get an applause break afterwards?
Listen, when I tell you, that joke had people doubled over in their seats because they was like, who the fuck is this girl? And so, I was kind of like in that shock wave, that shock trend or whatever. And I found my foot and everything. But I would love to say that I love Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy.
Yes, Eddie Murphy.
Like,
yes.
I love Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Because his work ethic. I love Cat Williams. Even on the women's side, I love Leslie Jones. I love, some more Adele. I just love like just different like genres of comedy because this thing is so wide open for everybody to have a piece. Right. And I feel like there's no one way to do this thing. And that's what I love about it because the versatility allows you to be who you are in your most authentic form. Make that shit funny.
Definitely.
Yes.
Everybody that y'all mentioned, I totally agree with.
Oh, and Jamie Foxx. I'm sorry. I would be so.
Jamie Foxx is definitely underrated.
Listen,
yes, his
the
comedy
fact that he
is
can do
underrated.
comedy,
yeah.
he can act, he can sing, like that versatility.
He might be the closest we got to Eddie Murphy.
I'm
as far as
telling
tools
you,
in the bag.
Okay, I don't know about that one because
you don't know
Jamie Foxx is underrated, but another comic that I think is underrated that's probably close to Eddie Murphy is Arnez J. Arnez J is funny as hell.
Hush your mouth, sir.
Arnez. The last few stand-ups I've seen of Arnez. Arnez got tools in the bag. Arnez don't get no credit for what he should.
Act, sing, like
impressions.
Exactly.
Arnez got a couple tools. His tools are big. Tools he got are good.
If you're talking about acting, if you're talking about acting, then yes, Jamie Foxx. But if you're talking about just if you're talking about acting, then yes, Jamie Foxx.
Arnez is just a stand-up
then that's why I said if you're talking about acting, then yeah, Jamie Foxx. But if you're talking about stand-up, then yes, Arnez J. Because Arnez J. does not get enough credit for what he deserves.
Arnez J. is the Rod Strickland of comedy.
Give me your light.
I would say Arnez J. is the Rod Strickland.
No, fuck that light.
He's dope. Like real niggas know, but he's not
That's a good comparison.
big as he needs to be. You know what I mean?
But is it? Because I didn't. Because you mentioned Corey Holcomb, and he's definitely one of my faves, and I went down to see him. You know how this muscle appeared. My shit was sore after seeing this.
Right, laughing.
I'm laughing for an hour straight. And I guess when he got done all his jokes, he said, "What you motherfuckers want to know?" And people start asking questions about Hollywood. And we didn't saw Cat Williams and we didn't saw Monique make the tours on Shannon Sharp's podcast and everything and talking about the alleged gatekeepers. I'm just gonna say alleged. I don't know shit about it. And things like that. Have you tried to make that break yet? you know, moving to a New York, moving to a LA, you know, saying to stretch yourself with this thing yet? And is it really, you know, saying that difficult?
I don't know. I'm full disclosure. I'm only 2 years into comedy.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm still in my paying dues part of the journey. You know what I mean? So I haven't tried to go for anything big yet, but I feel like I am ahead of schedule in a lot of ways, and I have seen just different hierarchies, different. Yeah.
Talk your shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you should get different places where it's different rules and stuff. Like me and my homie, we travel on the road all the time. And we say we ain't doing nothing in Cleveland but pissing niggas off. We're gonna have to go get it someplace else and kind of bring it back home. You know, because there are some people who will, you know, gatekeep or whatever. I call it the Nicki Minaj syndrome.
Okay.
Right? Like Nicki Minaj was the queen sitting on her throne for the longest. Then Cardi B showed up and it's like, who the fuck is this new bitch spitting bars?
Yeah.
Where she should have been like, hey, come on, little sis, I got you. I done played this game. Let me show you how to do this.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to shun her. And it made Nicki look small for the level she was at to how she was treating this new artist coming in. And but you get a lot of people like that though. This is, I don't want to put it on the whole black culture, but this is black church.
Right.
You know, you get to spot this one place where you're important. You know, you the head usher. You know, you acting like it's your damn door. Like, get the fuck out the way. I'm trying to go praise the Lord, nigga. Fuck out of my way.
Oh shit.
You know?
Well,
you
me.
get those keepers though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's your door though.
But you know, at the end of the day, you don't have to sit up there and do the politics. All you have to do is focus on your craft.
Like that,
Trust me, when you do enough and you do it the right way and you have etiquette about yourself, people will look for you, no matter where you are. Because I know people who have gone out to LA or whatever. Shout out to Jasmine Carter. She is doing her fucking thing and killing it.
Yeah.
You know, she's had a couple bumps in the road or whatever on the personal side. And, you know, she's done a lot. And, you know, it is not she's never looked back at Cleveland and been like, yeah, I made it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's always, you know, kept her grounding with us or whatever. She's, you know, always been a person to reach out. I've been able to reach out to her and have personal conversations or whatever, even in her, you know, elevation, because me and her did it the same year. Like, I think we're like 3-4 months apart. And as you can see, I'm 10 years in almost, and I just did the improv.
Right.
But at the same time, my pace was deterred because I was dealing with a lot of personal stuff. And the biggest slowdown for me was the fact that I'm a comic, but I'm also in the medical field.
Okay.
So I had to keep those two worlds separate. I couldn't be as public as a comic because when I was working in plasma, I remember my center manager would Facebook search all of his candidates to be hired.
Okay.
And I never wanted to show up on somebody's, you know, radar as far as like my social media, and then for them to look at me in that
And
area
that
and like, this is my livelihood. So I
Right.
couldn't play with my money. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to support myself.
Yep.
And I remember my recruiter at the time, because I did travel with it, had found one of my shows on YouTube. And we had just got off the phone. He called me right back. He said, hey, I need you to tell me the truth about something. And I'm thinking like, oh, what the fuck? He said, do you do stand-up? And I said, yes. Oh my God, I'll take it out, take it out. He said, no, we watched it in the office. Like my recruiter at the time, whatever, was in Oklahoma. I'm in Ohio. He was like, no, we watched it in the office and we laughed at it. Like, we think it's so funny or whatever. Like, I'm scared to send you California. That's your reaction. But these people who actually about to hire me, like at their
Right.
clinics or whatever, may not feel the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember we got off the phone or whatever. He texted me flaccid taco. That was one of my jobs. That was one of my jobs. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all remember the crunchy taco, like little cheesy thing or whatever? Like it was supposed to have cheese in the middle, supposed to be crunchy on the outside.
Yeah.
Man, I got one of these Taco Bell. It was like freaking cinnamon toast crunch and milk. Like I was so mad. I never been catfish my food. It was like so flaccid. I was so mad.
At least I ain't gonna lie. All I thought about was tacos, and I just want some right now. That's
I
all I
feel
really
it.
want. I want
I
a
feel
double
like
decker
Classic
taco right
taco,
now.
or you want to do what the hard ones?
You said what? I want a double decker taco right now. But you wanna know something though? So like recently, you know, I was out in Vegas, you know, performing.
Oh Lord.
You know, I'll stand up and, you know, I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into that, but all I'm going to say is that, you know, when it comes to performing in Vegas, you know, I mean, it was a good experience only because I got to perform in one of those scenes where the comedy scene is popular. But other than that, you know, like when I was performing in Vegas, I was like, okay, I mean, I was able to see a difference between Vegas and Cleveland.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it was just still good to just be able to go out there and do that, because while I was out there in Vegas, I mean, even though that like it didn't turn out to be the experience I wanted it to be, but I was still able to network with some comics and all that. And while out there, I even had network with a comic who invited us to perform at a showcase while I was out there. And and really just all I gotta say is that, when it comes to performing, out of your city, you never know how funny you really are until when you get the hell out of here and perform your craft. Because there's a difference between performing in Cleveland in so many spots, but if you perform in like Detroit or Vegas, any of that stuff, then
I did Vegas before, and the stuff they was laughing at, I'm like, this is your king? But to throw this nigga off a waterfall.
Oh shit, you did a waterfall, Tyrone?
Yeah, Killmonger this nigga real quick, man.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I did Vegas, and I hope that was not a whole representation of the community of comedy in there. I've done Detroit, and I'll tell you this. Okay.
Yeah, I've done Detroit too.
Be careful where you put me on your lineup.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm telling you, Tyrone.
Say it, no mercy. No mercy.
Be careful where you put me on your lineup. Because if you ever think that I'm about to go first and be nice, I'm not.
No.
I have killed entire shows.
Good luck, niggas.
And you can ask all the comics who went out there with me in Detroit. When they said the lineup, I said, you sure you want me to go first? You sure?
He ain't gonna remember nobody else. I get done with this motherfucker.
No, but that's the mentality. Because
I'm telling you,
she's like a mentor to me, right? And so I go up the same thing. If I go first, man, malicious intent, malice of forethought to ruin everybody's night for the rest of the evening.
But you want to know something? though? I actually like going up first, because when you go up first, that's A, being a team player, and B, being able to get the crowd, interested.
You gotta take that hit. The first person to go up, you gotta take that hit. You gotta wake them up.
Because I never realized, being somebody who has gone up first a few times, like when you go up first, that actually does, definitely does do an impact on the crowd. Because, whatever comic goes up first, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, is this show gonna be good or is this show not gonna be good? And if that first comic go up first, and he does bad, people are gonna be leaving out. Yeah. Versus if he does do good, then people are gonna stay.
But you gotta also look at who on the lineup, because at the end of the day, if you had a headliner open, all y'all dead in the water. And I'm only saying that for indie shows. Clubs, look, I'm a good host. I know how to get my shit out of the way. But no, because at the end of the day, whatever, it's different. Okay, so it's different from doing indie shows to doing club shows. Because the club, you host, you begin whatever. The headliner is the only person that matters. I know how to not make it hard for a headliner, because that's what everybody paid to see. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, etiquette. Mm-hmm. But if I'm on an indie show, and
it's smoke for everybody.
You're supposed to do it by tiers. Mm-hmm. Like, first of all, you also are supposed to look at who has the most people there. Right. If you have the most people there, you definitely don't want them to go at the beginning of the show, because guess who's going to leave? All the new people. Yeah. So, also, you do it by funny. You know what I'm saying? If you have the funniest person go towards the beginning or whatever, they're going to all be sitting there looking back at that first person, because it's happened.
Like you getting back up there?
Yes.
5 more minutes.
Listen. So, it's a method to the madness when you're actually doing it's a method to the madness when you're putting together a lineup. You know what I'm saying? Like even Sean Boyd. Shout out to Sean Boyd. I have not shared a stage with him in years. Funny as fuck. But just because of personal things, whatever, like, cause he wasn't doing comedy for a little bit, I was, and vice versa, and like I was out of Cleveland for a while. But me headlining with him on the lineup, I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad it's now, because if it was when I was first introduced to Sean, I would not want to headline with him. Yeah. But now I'm like, go ahead, do your shit, Sean, because I promise you on everything, I'm coming for that.
Got some shit now.
So it's friendly competition at the same time, that whatever, like. But as far as like the whole dynamic with Hollywood and the progression of making it in comedy and everything like that, whatever, just worry about being funny. Worry about people liking you, because I've had more opportunities off stage than I have on. Being transparent. Facts. Because it's a lot of people who are looked at as funny that are complete assholes and narcissists off stage, and people don't like to work with those type of people. Yeah. But they'll book you because you bring some money. But like I said, whatever, like I'm going far, I'm not going fast. That's the reason why I've been 10 years in it, and I'm starting to hit these milestones. It's a lot of people that's been 10 years plus in it that's not doing a comedy special in April.
Yeah.
So I know I'm doing what I have to do that God put in your lane. There's no traffic.
Absolutely.
So I'm not like I used to compare like, oh man, they've been doing it less than me, whatever. And they got this, but I like that rises to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's your trip.
I don't really compare myself, and I know I get up there even if I gotta E.T. the hip hop preacher my way. Like for real, like if I gotta Ali Sadiq this, because if you think about it, like Ali Sadiq is funny as fuck. Guess where his specials is at? YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Cut out the middleman. YouTube.
His last one should have been on Netflix for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
But you think about it, like all of the pieces of the pie that would be taken from you going through these different like lanes of, you know, Netflix or Amazon Prime or you know what I'm saying? YouTube.
Put it out there.
Like, but I'm just saying, whatever. Everybody has a place or whatever, and they footing in this whatever. You just gotta make it and stand on what you like. Give people.
Yeah. And it's about respect, man. I wouldn't mind if I ended up being like a Jada Kiss, you know, just like not as big as I should be, but real niggas know what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? I would be okay with that. Yeah, and I can still feed myself, of course. You know what I mean?
That's a year. 30 years.
30 years. Top 5 dead or alive.
I ain't heard a whack verse yet.
Yeah, ever.
And that's the thing about whatever. That's why I say you gotta own your talent and make sure that you are the best version of yourself. There's no competition for real, because you can't compare to me because you can't compete. Seriously. I don't care if I gave you the songs. I don't care if I gave you my jokes. You're still not gonna be EULISE.
Facts.
I'm not worried about that.
Bars.
I don't got no more to drink. No, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
This the real stuff, man.
You gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, that whiskey, that whiskey hit me
Tequila,
different.
they
Yeah.
pour this shit in bullet wounds. You gonna be fine.
I used to eat coochie. I don't know.
Yeah, you said bulletproof. Yeah, I feel like motherfucking 50 Cent bulletproof like that video game, man. I'm fucking fucking irresistible right now. Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah.
So this show here, that you guys coming up on March 1st. Like I said, it's a collective, and I know a few people. And I shout out to Phil Southall, good friend of mine. You know, me and Phil have been doing theater since 2009, 2008, way back there. And so,
Don't say it like that.
and-
That sound
well, I
crazy.
mean, you know what I'm saying.
Is that when you graduated? You first
Hell
graduated?
yeah.
You know, so and I watched you know Phil involved, you know, with the photography, producing movies, and now he's trying his hand in comedy and promoting shows. So what is it? You know, what is the experience? I know you alluded to it, you know, in your intro, but what is overall? What has that experience been like working with Phil?
He's been doing good thus far. We're gonna see how this show turned out though.
Heard that, Phil?
Listen, flyers, like promo, like he been doing the thing, but I told him, and this is between me and him, we're gonna see how this show goes. Cause I gave him the sauce. I gave him the sauce as far as like if you want to get your hand in here, you really want to be consistent, and you really want to give comics that platform, really produce and cultivate a culture for people to be great in. Told him what he gonna do. So let's see if he execute.
Well,
The
I
ball
haven't
is
met
in
the
your
man.
court, Phil.
I haven't really met the man. I think he's a good texter. So far,
Oh shit.
pretty
But
good.
that's crazy because we live in a virtual world, so to speak.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I mean, you can sometimes network take place without even being face to face.
absolutely.
So
Well, I was gonna say that, like, you know, me and Phil, we actually have. The last time I saw Phil was actually when we did a movie together, which was Squad. You know, check that out on YouTube, y'all. Squad, you know, under RNA Productions YouTube channel. You know, that was the last time I saw him, and that was back in 2019. And, you know, and again, you know, shout out to him for reaching out to me to do this, but he has been, you know, he has been on it with his comedy show. You know, he's been keeping us in the loop. You know, and I have dealt with some janky ass promoters in the
Flyers
past.
are fire too. Flyers are fire.
Yeah, the flyers are fires. Yeah,
Shout out to
because
Jackie
I was looking at that flyer myself. I was looking at that flyer, and I'm like, damn, man, I still look good, even though it's that picture about 2 months ago. But still,
That's
no,
my mistake.
yeah,
I thought
was-
Diamond
yeah,
Eight Lounge was a strip club. I didn't know.
I did too. I thought it too.
Yeah.
I thought it too.
That's
I
why
mean,
you just like what'd you say? Let me get a stripper or something like. I'm like,
let me get
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what to
perform
expect
for me.
because everybody was asking me like, "Is that a strip club?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna do comedy there. My clothes gonna be on if you show up.
You should bring your clear heels anyway, just in case.
First of all, they're gold.
But Phil has been on it. You know, I mean, I'm glad he's been on it. He's been keeping us in the loop and everything, and you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing how the show gonna go because I know some comedy shows have been performed there before, and we just want to make sure that this is the best comedy show of the year at that spot. You know, we got great comics that are, we got great comics that are in this lineup, and yeah, we just ready to kick some ass.
And hopefully there will be some strippers there too, Phil.
Oh yeah, hopefully there's some strippers. Yeah,
we get some.
In the boom boom
room, you know.
Yeah, the boom boom room.
I just somebody rub the back of my head and tell me I'm a good boy. I don't even need a line. I just ready to go.
I ain't gonna lie. Since food is served there, I might buy a stripper a fucking Philly cheesesteak. Yeah.
Hey, listen, one thing about me, I ain't took none of my comic privileges at all. Like, you know how easy it is to take something home after a show? Yeah. Like, hey, go ahead, slide them boxes to the side. Oh my God. Don't even take them off, just slide to the side. Run me that bag home.
Slide my boxes to the side.
Yeah.
No, you have to put the water. It's like, for real, if I slide them down and you lift your hips up, I'm going to pull them back up. You ain't
go ahead and slide them to the side.
What?
I'm like, it's gonna be on the other side. It's gonna cut off the circulation. It might not be. I don't know.
Damn, Phil. I hope you have some strippers, man. Yeah, come on, man.
I've had a couple girls, you know what I'm saying? I ain't done it since college, but I'm, not rusty.
Come on, man. Yeah,
you
Phil,
know how many accidental girlfriends I have with this height?
Come on, Phil. Let Boner Garage.
Be on the phone like, bro, man, this comedian girl, she's slutting me out. She's slutting me out, man, after the show. Yeah. She slid my boxes to the side, man. I think we go together. I don't know.
Statement. I can't get.
So listen, if you out there listening in the podcast hemisphere right now, this is the Starting Five podcast with special guests Ryan Polk, EULISE Dickerson, and Tyrone Gaines. They got us laughing like crazy here because I only imagine what this show gonna do on March 1st, y'all. So once again, get your tickets at eventbrite.com.
We ain't told a joke yet.
Not one.
Exactly. We off duty right now.
Alluded to some shit, but ain't no joke happened yet. So all right, I got another question. In regards to
my comic privilege, like
no.
Yeah, laugh that shirt right now. I'm sorry.
No.
She was really holding up them panties, like how in Don't Be a Menace when they had fucking Tyson on it. Yeah, so she was holding. Yeah.
No, but when you like when you doing your promotion circuit, like when you do podcasts or you go on radios, things like that. What's that experience like? When you connecting with the people, saying grassroots.
I actually love being guest on podcasts because, a lot of people don't understand the depth of a lot of comics. Like, it's more than just jokes. These jokes come from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If we being real, whatever, my life experiences is enough to damn near be a therapist to a lot of people because you don't know me other than what you see on stage, but once you actually get me off stage and we get to having conversations, like, you get to really see that other side of people. Like, I think, one of my favorite experiences as far as Steve Harvey is concerned is when he did the Oprah's Masters class.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Oprah had a couple of celebrities on there and, they gave like a kind of a background on who they are, whatever, and like their story and their struggle, whatever. And from his master class, I got the chance to like really like not only understand but relate to some of the things, whatever. Like when you got a point of reference like a Steve Harvey or somebody who's already made it, and you see that they went through some of the same struggles as you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for you to keep going, stay motivated, and actually be a point of contact for other people who may be scared to talk about certain things. Right, you know what I'm saying? So being able just to take off the pressure of being funny and just have an open conversation and be real and like really pick people's brain and then let them see, you know what I'm saying, that other side of you is very like refreshing for real.
Absolutely.
So I like being on podcasts. I like having, and I like being head to head with some niggas though. So,
what heads you talking about? What heads?
So I'm like, what head she's talking about? Yeah. She's talking about the fucking crawfish head.
Well, Corinne Steffen said 6 inches is too small, so I don't know how that conversation.
I told you
I got long dick.
I got mine tucked in my sock right now.
All I can think about was the crawfish head. You know, you gotta bite the head. You know what the women used to dealing with. Yeah, y'all
Ryan,
used
what
to
is
get
you
the head.
into?
Yeah.
Like, what y'all having that with you? Listen.
They had the Bill
Give me
Cosby
some
pill in
water.
there. Yeah. They had that Bill Cosby pill in there. Yeah.
All right. Let us bow our heads.
Yes.
Jesus, fix it.
I mean, he is an ordained minister, though.
Oh, he is? Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Tyrone, you might have to save me from hell.
No, I just
just
marry folks. That's all I do. That's my other side hustle. It actually pays more than comedy.
Oh, shit.
And I'm still gonna do 15 minutes at the reception too. So you know what I mean? Got you.
But you want to also know, I like being on podcasts because, you know, it's a great way to network, promote yourself. And I actually had shared this post too. I was like, yo, about networking. I was like, I know your parents told you don't talk to strangers growing up, but in this day and age, when you're an entertainer, you gotta talk to strangers to network. You know, and if she's a fine ass stranger, then yeah, you definitely network with her. Yeah. I mean, even if she might do some misery shit to you, but still, you know, you still got to network with her. Yeah.
I like it, and I don't like it because I label myself as an outgoing introvert. I really I really be like kind of like nervous when I talk to strangers because I gotta talk to me face, and I've been in places where people have told me their whole life stories, including the person that just passed away 2 weeks ago, and like, how do you exit out of that conversation? I'd be like, okay, and I'm like, what is it over?
That's how we met. I'm like, you listen, I got some tea, girl.
But
Bye.
at the same time, I hear whatever. Like, I don't. Okay, we talk about you, whatever. Then when they start asking questions about you, like, well, what is your like? How many siblings? I don't want you to know me like that. I just don't, because I feel triggered. Like, oh, the nervousness. I don't.
Like that.
No, it really is. Like, I'd be triggered for real. Like, I was in Cincinnati or whatever. I was on contract for my job, and you know, Uber drivers, I had to have a car time or whatever. Uber drivers try to make small talk, whatever, and I'd be like, automatic SVU vibes, like, because you asking me where I'm from. Now you know I'm not from here. Yeah. You taking me from the hotel I'm staying at to my job. Like, now you know where I'm gonna be at 90% of the time. Like,
oh, you need some help, huh?
Listen. And then I had this personal Uber driver say, if you need to go anywhere, whatever, take my number. You need to go anywhere, whatever. I thought it was cool at first, whatever. And then like when he would pull up at the hotel, he started talking to me to where I can't get out the car. And I'm like, oh, this. Make sure it's unlocked. Like, it's like, so
child lock on.
It just depends. Like, for a female, listen.
There's a lot more sensitivity.
For a female, it's like, okay, what do you want from me? Yeah, what is your intentions? Human trafficking is real, and I know I'm high on the market.
I was wondering how much I'd be worth for human trafficking. Like, I know since I'm a light skin, you know, since I'm a nigga, I'm a rare species. You know, I'm a nigga with hazel eyes, so I'm a rare species. So I gotta be worth at least about a few million.
From the medical standpoint, every person is worth almost $500,000 for the organs that they get. Not to mention what they would use you for before you die. So that's the reason why.
Hey, look, anybody wasting good drugs on us? Anybody sex trafficking no niggas? Like,
but Tyrone, don't disrespect Tyrone. But Tyrone, don't disrespect Tyrone. You got nigga eyes, you know, dark brown.
I do got nigga eyes.
You know, I got hazel, so I might be worth a little bit more than you. But
let me tell you,
I wonder how much I might be worth.
And look, at least you my size. Ain't nobody trying to work it take to whoop your ass to get you sex trafficking. Ain't nobody getting you.
You're right.
Yeah, it's too much work.
I'm safe.
They're gonna shoot you.
This might be worth something because you know she's soft. So yeah,
just right to the gun. I'm not. Look, I done thought about it. Like, you know, if I had to fight you, least I'm not fighting fair.
Not a taser. We going straight to the bullet.
Man, right in the kneecap.
I gotta be at least worth about. I gotta at least be worth about $5,000 maybe. You know, with my eyes. Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
They ain't paying for no niggas.
And in EBT, I'm probably worth about $10,000. Yeah.
They ain't sex trafficking us, man. Y'all gonna give me drugs and pussy? Nigga, I'm look how are we 4 times? Damn! Ain't nobody putting us on. We gonna be too eager.
And then he gonna act drug.
I'm signed up, nigga.
Hey. Ooh, this traffic is crazy.
Hey, we should put ourselves on the market for human sex trafficking and see how much we worth. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Use our alias.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Get it together.
Right. You wipe in your face. You got a little sweat.
Hey, my sex trafficking name gonna be Chicken Nugget. Yeah.
Chicken Nugget.
Yeah, because I got a 2-pack. Yeah.
I'm gonna be Mr. Goodwood. That's what I'm gonna do. Mr. Goodwood.
I'm gonna go Coco Coco Mango. I'm gonna Coco
Coco
Mango.
Mango. Hey, look, that's gonna be your pillow prints. I'm just be on the bed later. I ain't for that pumping and
Damn,
sweating.
at least I thought you was gonna say maybe Minnie Mouse 90, at least Minnie Mouse 89 or something. Yeah.
This come off.
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna call you grasshopper because your legs long.
Oh shit. There you go. Yeah.
All right.
I'm mad because I feel like you always want to say that to me.
I just thought of it. I was like,
No, I feel like you always want to say that to me and you just not getting it out because the opportunity is right. I don't like that. You thought about this.
No, the one I thought about, I said you live like a buffalo wing because it got like got the little fat at the top.
Oh, dude, like that thigh, the fat dude.
Yeah,
That's where the thigh. That's where all the meat is at. Yeah, you know, the thighs where all the meat is at. Yeah.
Hot on them legs, girl.
Get your good protein. Yeah. So she might be
I
buffalo.
don't know how to.
So that means her human sex trafficking that might be Buffalo Wild Wings fucking 87.
I was messing with this white girl. It was all
now, I
flats.
feel like I'm on that couch.
At least might be worth more than
I don't like this
yeah.
conversation while I'm on this couch. I gotta sit in this chair for this shit.
Yeah, right.
Hey, can this camera walk me to my car?
Right. See what's happening.
I gotta keep eyes on you the whole time.
So, what were you saying, sir?
No. So I was going to ask you, so you got your special coming up in April, coming up this spring here. I don't know if you want to give any details about. Is that something that's open to the public, or is this how is that?
Just know that I'm going to be shooting my comedy special 4/24/24. That is the year my dad passed. I mean, that's the day my dad passed 20 years ago.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, my homage to him. You know what I'm saying, for playing with it off safety. So shooting club up with me.
I got you.
Because I don't know how much you had to drink either. You know what I'm saying? But
chilling.
nah, but I am. This keep getting cut. Why you do that? I said it's like it's always a light skin.
It's them
Right?
niggas, man.
No, but no, I mean like. Okay, so the reason why I'm shooting my comedy special was in April because I had won a comedy contest in October.
Okay.
And from the local app, shout out to Jay Fogel, you know,
No Jay.
he was like, when we gonna do this? And I kind of like been pushing it off because of personal reasons, you know, just getting out of a lot of situations, a lot of deaths and settling, you know what I'm saying, from, again, personal situations. And so I said, fuck it. 4/24/24. Let me go ahead and honor my dad. And I haven't put everything out yet. It's the 22nd. More details are coming in 2 days. Location, I'm still trying to figure that out. If y'all know, y'all can go ahead and let me know the show. Any suggestions? Because I'm just saying right now, I did the most important part, which is getting on people's calendar.
Right.
So I have a lot of people that's taking that day off. It don't even matter. Like, they either taking a day off or they're doing half a day. So anywhere I decide to do this comedy special is going to be sold out.
Okay.
So, you know, I got people like that's even out of town that's waiting to come
Talk
in
your
town.
talk.
So, just saying. Just saying. So, I mean, it just, the timing is right. Because, like, if I would have did any type of, you know, special or any type of club, like, before now, I don't think I would have killed it. Because my thing is, I don't want to just do it to say I did it.
Right.
I could have did improv year one.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that people don't realize that if you don't kill certain opportunities, you'll never have it again.
Right.
So I'm not going to risk...
Definitely.
I'm not gonna risk something reoccurring for me just to say I did it.
It should be special.
Yeah, like my comedy
Yeah,
special.
it should be.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
that's just me. Like when you get opportunities, you got to be ready for them, not just to be a present. Like I'm not that type of person. Whenever that's on the clout.
Right.
Like okay, I did this improv, I did that improv, or you know I opened up for this person. I'm like, no. When I do it, you gonna remember me.
That'd be memorable.
No, you was there. I did my special like 5 months in, and it was more of a regular. You know, I wasn't ready, but I was just determined to prove I had special time. You know, I had time, but it wasn't special. It wasn't.
Yeah, I actually featured on his special.
Thank you. Right, my mentor. Thank you.
That's love.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Thank you. I
Tyrone.
appreciate
No, but you know, one thing about Tyrone, whatever, his pen is not questionable by far, especially for him to be doing it the time he's been doing it. Like, when you have different backgrounds, like, that's why I think that Jasmine is doing so well in Hollywood right now, because she came from doing sketch comedy and videos and vines and stuff like that, whatever. So when it came to her not being able to edit, not being able to have music cues, not being able to have, like, those little things that make production funny, and you got to be there a cappella, no cut, no stop. Let me do that backing. Like when you gotta just like go all gas, no brakes. It kind of prepares you to be a touch better than somebody who's just being funny in conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
yeah, it's a difference.
So I like it, especially nowadays. And I forgot about Vine. There's a lot of people that got famous through Vine, and so in this day and age, you really ain't you got to worry about being discovered no more, because hell, you can discover yourself and put yourself out there.
But you still gotta have to work. You
gotta
have both.
You still gotta have
both.
both.
At the end of the day, you go to somewhere, whatever, and I've seen comics be stuck in what people know from social media to where they gotta run them tags in the ground, and it's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
But then you also gotta have the other part, because I talked to Roy Wood, Jr., and I always ask comics whatever that actually is doing what I want to do. The best piece of advice, he said, look, at the end of the day, have a social media presence. It doesn't matter how funny you are. If you don't have both, like, because bookers look at that. It's easier for me to book somebody who has 100,000 followers who may or may not be funny than it is to book somebody with talent, because guess what? I can guarantee they're going to have people come out. I can't really market you if people can't go and look you up.
All right, cool. So just you're going to have just a quick little rapid fire, anything that you want to get off your chest as we, come to the conclusion.
Oh, man. Well, since I already go, the only thing I want to get off my chest is that, Cleveland, the entertainment center in Cleveland is a fucking vortex. That's the only thing I get off my chest. And also, yes, definitely make sure you come check us out at the Diamond Lounge. It is going to be on the 1st of the month in March. Yes. It is going to be at the 1st of the month.
Show me some love.
In March. It's me featuring these two comics and some other comics. It is going to be a good ass show. Get your own sale tickets on Eventbrite. They are $15. And again, follow me on Instagram. And follow me on Instagram at rpolk the Taurus, like the bull. On TikTok, Entertainer Taurus. And also follow me on my Facebook and YouTube at Ryan Polk, POLK. That's it.
All right,
Let's
Ryan.
pack it out. And before you get out of here, man, top five comedians, man. Let's
Top 5 comedians: Bernie Mac, Eddie Murphy, Mike Epps, Arnez J, and Martin Lawrence.
Nice.
Comedians.
Nice.
That's
That's a good
yeah.
list.
I mean, my Mount Rushmore, Martin Lawrence is demolished, but yeah. That's my But my top 5, yes, that's my top 5 for comedians.
Sure, that's a great top 5, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming
Appreciate
out,
you coming out,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
We'll be at the show, man. We're going to
Look
pack it
forward
out.
to seeing y'all at the
Thank you,
show.
man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
All right, Ryan.
All right, y'all.
May the Lord
All right.
keep watch.
Time for me to go to hell, aka work.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, don't worry, man. If I get pulled over and if I'm swerving, I'll just ask the cop. I'll be like, well, you think they would have constructed these roads to be straighter? That's all. Yeah.
Show them the hazel eyes. They'll let you go. Show them the hazel. Show them the hazel.
Oh yeah. If it's a female comic, I'm gonna show her the eyes, and
You gonna hit her with the red gang.
If it's a white comic, if it's a white female cop, I'm gonna put her in a sunken place, like get out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
That was intense. The sun. Okay.
Ryan Polk, something else. What? What?
I'm gonna come back alive in a second.
You be back?
I'll be back. I'm buffering.
All right. So do y'all follow the sports scene a little?
A little bit.
Okay. Did y'all see the Last Dance documentary?
Oh, Jordan, yeah.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Okay. So there's a rebuttal coming out between some of Mike's old teammates. So Horace Grant.
You got to say Scotty's name first, Ray. You can't not say Scotty first.
Scottie Pippen.
Because he the leader.
Horace Grant. I think Luke Longley was on the set. And they're going to do a tour debunking.
The Jordan stuff?
The Last Dance.
They need to shut the hell up. All right, listen. If it wasn't for Jordan, we wouldn't know about B.J. Armstrong or Bill Cartwright if it wasn't for Jordan. Look, Jordan was a guy that was so dope, the people around him called contact talent. Contact talent. It was Jordan.
It's so
and-
dope,
a
pun
good one.
intended.
Yeah,
Pun
so
intended.
dope. And maybe Pippen also. But Jordan, man, he was... I don't even want to hear what they got to say. I'll watch it, but I don't want to hear it.
I'm definitely going
Or
to
as Red called it,
You gonna mute it and
bullshit.
read the
I'm
captions?
muted. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that shit.
The Last Dance was good though. It was
I mean,
good.
it was theater. It was
Look,
good.
the Last Dance was fuel. I
Good
saw that
TV.
documentary and talk about just how Jordan was, and it was like he was an asshole. It's like, yeah, but you gotta be that asshole to get to that level.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, nigga, I'm not playing with y'all niggas, man. Listen, we trying to get championships. We ain't here to play basketball. We here to win.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it, whatever. Like, you can be an asshole to the point to where it's about the betterment of the whole group. It'd be different if he was just worried about his individual stats and his individual legacy.
Facts.
But the fact that he stood there and said, no, I'm not Jordan without a team, like, you can't deny that man his right to push you to be better as a whole.
Right.
Yeah.
We here
Just
about
saying.
legacy. We ain't here for no. Yeah, we here for legacy.
And I'm actually grateful that comedy don't work the same way because fuck y'all niggas. No, and think about it, like think about the insane part of take your heart away from take feelings aside, facts of the matter. Imagine the fact that people can't see if you do A, B, and C, we win. Like we gotta argue about winning. Like
I got you.
That's
And
insane.
That's why I'm finding it interesting. Like I definitely want to hear what they got to say. And you know, some people have mixed feelings about the debate, who's to go and this and that. But you know, he was the engine to everything that they did.
Man, bro.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Everybody can't be top number one. It always gotta be just number one. Like at the end of the day, like you said, be the Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, did you win? Like, they don't talk about Jadakiss. Oh, they talk about the locks. Because even when they did the battles, the verses, Jadakiss couldn't go up there by himself. He took the group. There's nobody who's gonna do a verses individually that was in the group. It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. You wasn't that strong
No, right.
outside of Jeezy. Okay,
Uh,
but even Jeezy's
that
group,
Yeah, that was
even Jeezy's group didn't do enough for him to bring them.
that was
you
an
know what I'm saying?
that was an ensemble. It wasn't a
He
group.
said an ensemble. They-
They had a nice little window.
They did. These boys are.
Yeah. And that's in the Bad Boy
shit.
production.
I forgot
That was
about
in the
that.
Bad
That
Boy.
was a
But
banger.
look, you know, because Diddy gonna want a party, and you gotta tell him no.
You gotta tell him
Gotta
no.
tell him no.
Let's get into that, man. Let's get into that.
Oh Lord, do we have to?
Like, man,
Just a
Cat
little
dropped
bit.
a nuclear bomb on us,
Just a little
man.
bit.
Okay, so this is the thing. If Cat would have said all this stuff before Cat was Cat Williams, would y'all have listened? Even if he had receipts and all.
Oh, probably not.
Probably not.
Nah.
No.
He'd have been what's that girl? Jaguar. What's her name?
Oh,
Yeah,
Jack.
is it Jaguar Red?
Because nobody know her, but she.
Jaguar Right.
Yeah, but she
Yeah, something
be
like that.
having like receipts and stuff, and nobody cares. You know what I mean? She be talking about cats in the industry.
And that's why it matters for you to have a body of work if you're gonna be messy.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Look, I was just thinking about that. Like the Mike Jones. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me.
Yeah.
If you being honest as a man, right? Maybe you wasn't worth paying attention to back then. You know what I mean? Like I got $1 million now they own me. Yeah, nigga, because before you was a fucking bum. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
but if you get that body of work, like you saying, you get that body of work. It's like now they all on me. Like yeah, well they should be. You didn't put the work in. You've earned it. You worth paying attention to. So like yeah.
I see yo, Mike Jones, and I will raise you a D. Ray Davis.
Ooh.
D. Ray Davis said, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. No, they wanted me back then, they just didn't know it.
Talk that shit. Yeah.
Because he said that. D. Ray Davis said that. So my thing is, you gotta let people find you. I don't care what nobody say, whatever. You can't force yourself on people. You gotta let people find you. Because
Gotta be
guess what?
organic.
When they find you, it's at the point where they're ready to find you. Because at the end of the day, you could be saying the same thing, but if they're not ready to take in what you're giving, it's just gonna fall on deaf ears.
Definitely.
You
And
know?
if they find you, it's more authentic. It's like if somebody suggests a new song to you versus you finding a new song.
Oh yeah, because I got this one song. It's fire.
Yeah, you find that's your new favorite song. You gonna blast
On
that bitch.
repeat.
Man, I was just talking to Eric about this during the break. That's the
Oh, that's his real name?
Yeah.
Okay.
We call him EB. But I was saying, like, it's nothing that it's the greatest feeling when you discover an artist or a comedian for the first time, not someone putting them in your face. It's a different feeling, and that's the best supporters. who find you, they be swearing like, no, this the best person. You ain't heard about him.
Because
They
once
put you on to
once you
someone.
find something, you looking for all the backlog and everything.
Yeah,
now you
you
wanna
try to
know
find the
everything
whole
about
category
them,
right from the beginning. So I feel like
It makes
when
you
people
pay
find
attention.
you,
Like it's yours.
Yeah.
Like, I found this artist.
Yeah.
Even Patrice O'Neal talking back about him. He had a lot of jokes he didn't finish.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He'll be like, if you over 40 talking about going to school, just you know what I mean? But it leaves you to your own aha moment, and now you own the joke. It's more personal to you now. You know, he didn't have to finish.
Because you are over 40, ain't you?
No, I'm almost 40.
No, you over 40.
Well, I'm saying, but look, with 41 just as close to 40 as 39 is. So I'm almost 40. That's what I say. It's hard to sell old niggas in Hollywood, all right? Almost 40.
You can't under 40. 40 got a hold of your ass.
I got some time on my ass.
That one that wrapped a leg around it.
I look young because I'm immature.
That's a banger.
Now he said it's a banger.
Go ahead and take that, brother. You keep that.
Don't you hate when people do it to you though as a comic?
Oh
Or
my
you can
God.
use that. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck
you ain't
up.
got to pay me nothing. And look, it'd be terrible. Like, oh, wait, two guys walking to, no, wait, dude. 3 guys walking to a bar. No, wait, knock. You're like, nigga, I'm never going to use this terrible ass joke that you trying to get out.
People do that.
All
That's
the
crazy.
You don't even got to pay me
You
for
can
it. You
use
just
that.
take that. That's for you. Like, thank you.
Like you just threw him a bone.
Yeah.
Thanks, nigga. I need
Hey, look, if I use it, they're going to be trying to beat Paul. Paul Moore, I wrote that for him. You know, I wrote that for that nigga.
That's like how niggas be in the studio when they chilling in the session.
Give him one line.
Like, yeah, I gave him that.
Shit, I wrote that whole verse.
Did you?
Yeah. Don't say fuck. You should
I
say
inspired
motherfucker. Bars. Like, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, I've done it in the grocery store. I ain't gonna lie. Like, in that way, I've done it in the grocery store. So, like, I love messing people in public. I really, really do. It's a bad thing. I should have a camera crew. But I'll be in the store and have somebody, like, looking at, like, a bottle of ranch. And I'm like, oh, no. You don't want that one. You want this one. Hand them the same exact bottle and walk off. And they staring there looking like, what's the difference?
I believe her. I don't know why. I believe her.
Like, it's a sign.
That's I be doing that. I be selling shit just randomly. Be walking past. Yeah, but I be listening. I mean, why do I be even doing that?
Because you're a creep.
Yeah, man.
Or a helper.
Well, yeah, I think I like that word better.
No, listen, like,
Call my man creep.
no, listen. I promise you, I was at work today, and this girl didn't know I was looking at her or whatever, and she was like, and so I said real loud so she know I saw her. Okay, and she turned around and was like, oh my God. I said, made her whole day and then walked off.
I just did that shit. I was in Target and this mom, she was fussing at her boys about the Xbox and shit like that. I guess she had to buy another one. And as I'm listening and I walk over, I said, "Damn, why you doing all that fussing at the kids right now?" She said, "This asshole right here sold his Xbox to his brother for $50."
That's fine.
And I'm like, shaking my head.
Yeah.
And so she ain't here buying him another one. I said, "You know what you should do? You should make him hustle up his own money and make him buy his own."
It's like, how you gonna sell some shit I bought, nigga? You know
Right, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
all profit.
Well, it really was all
Shit.
profit. He didn't make
But that's why he's out of
He
fix.
saw them
Yeah.
saying.
He's like, oh, what can I get for this?
He didn't know, right? He knew that nigga budget. It's like,
What's his storm
He was
ball
on
hot
Facebook
fries?
Market.
They got $100 profit. So that's crazy.
You know he went to the convenience store and went crazy.
You know he did.
Man, balling. Got all type of little Takis and shit.
let me get the little Debbie.
Stand
This
those
whole
fucking
side.
things, man.
Man, listen. So anything y'all wanna get off, on the platform while
Listen, date in your lane. Stop talking about what people should and shouldn't do at the opposite sex and you single as fuck. Shut the fuck up talking about what people should and shouldn't be doing.
I
It need to be
approve of
said.
that.
It need to be said.
Oh my
Date
God.
in your lane. Date in your lane. Because, like, for real, there's too many men out here internalizing our form of entertainment and making it like that represents the entire demographic of black women.
Right.
Everybody's not a sexy red. Even Megan Thee Stallion should be honored in some type of form or facet because she graduated, got how many Grammys, and on all her masters. Like, she ain't,
Hey,
and she ain't got no kids.
But
Like,
sexy red, her booty hole brown, so that makes up.
and she
all
still
that.
got Drake kissing her stomach.
Oh man, did he kiss it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And even Sexy Red, like, she ain't by herself. Somebody else knows that booty hole is brown.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, like, I just hate how that our entertainment, because that's what it is. Don't get me wrong, whatever, like, I ain't coming here twerking, but will I go ahead and shake a cheek or two if I feel like it? Let me live out loud. But
Sure will.
but my thing is, I still know the difference between there, and there. Half y'all don't even know the difference between no and no. Like for real, like men.
To the
Listen,
Oxford
It
English.
is 3 of them, y'all.
I know you seen me. No, I didn't.
No, I literally no for real. I have a joke about that because this really happened to me. This dude slid in my DMs, was like, I just want to know, N-O, if I can have your number. And I said,
that's not the right
K-N-O-W. And he said, why? Oh my
Hey,
God.
God, he understood it. That's so funny.
And so
He's
the
still
thing
on it.
is, they in your lane. Because most men, one, don't even know what they want a woman for, besides getting your thing wet. Two, because you say we're supposed to be a help me. How am I gonna help you do nothing? That's the reason why there's so many babies
So far.
out of a daggone relationship, because y'all ain't doing nothing but fucking. I'm sorry, can I cuss on here?
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
talk your shit.
No, because like for real, like that's the reason why so many kids are born in these broken situationships.
Yeah,
That's real.
Because if we're supposed to be your helpmate, what am I helping you doing? Because you don't know where you want to go. You don't know what you want to do. So guess what? We have time on our hands. What we gonna do with it? Be horny and unproductive?
Yeah.
Two, date in your lane. If you know you can't afford this woman because you don't have this, that, and the third, whatever, date in your lane. Or work on yourself to get to that point. Like, at the end of the day, whatever, it doesn't matter if you create the perfect partner for yourself. Down to, he got one dimple and a black mole on his big toe. At the end of the day, even if that person existed, are they looking for you?
Right, exactly.
So you can sit up there and talk about all the stuff that a woman should and shouldn't be doing, even if she does all of that, is she looking for your ass?
Yeah. That's deep.
Like, so,
That's real.
date in your lane.
That's real.
The doors
That's
of
a
the church
whole
are now
set.
open.
Yeah, that's a whole
Is there
set
one who
right
will
there.
come?
Listen, I'm telling you right now because it just bothers me because rest in peace Kevin Samuels, but they used to love to label our demographic as black women as people who have 3 and 4 baby daddies and don't this and that. We overweight, this and that. I have no kids. I'm 207 with a little pudge. Look, like I'm not, but I'm 6'1". You know what I'm saying? Like I have my own everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fall into that category. So talk to me nice.
Exactly.
Thanks.
No, for real.
And I like
Like-
women who need help. I don't know, you got your shit too much together. I
I
can't.
know.
I like to get the leverage on the thing, you know what I mean?
Go ahead, help with them kids.
Like,
with them
oh,
first
you need some
steps.
help, huh? Come here, girl, let me talk to you.
But don't get me wrong, it's also I don't want to be this independent, but at the same time, the whole structure of the black community in itself has crippled to where I'm forced to be this independent. I don't want to be,
Right, right.
but it's so crazy because like you complain about us not being like your mama and your grandparents. Well, guess what? They had a man that wanted to provide for them,
Yeah,
that wanted to sit up there and have a household for you to be at.
Now,
I can't even get you to go 50-50 with a bill.
And you know, because of the internet, you have, you know, access to this video, that video, and you see things, and you saw how the whole, you know, welfare state was ushered into our community and things of that nature, how they basically, you know, exiled the man from the home in a way. And you know, you looking now, what is it, 50 years later, and you see the state of the affairs in the community, and you know, how do we get back to black people wanting to get married and having and raising a family and doing it that old school way?
If you look at our structure, a man is a leader. So it really starts with our men. Y'all want to put it all on women. Y'all shouldn't be giving up the coochie and this and that, whatever. A man leads, we follow. So we're only where we at because of what we've had to follow. So my thing is, even when they had welfare as an option, if it was more attractive by our men to be like, no, I'll take care of my responsibilities.
Right.
I'll provide for you. If we had more
Let's keep
of that,
these white folks out of our business.
Yes.
if we had more of that, and we actually seen y'all not try to play with us, you know what I'm saying? Not try to manipulate us, not try to sit up there and finesse us out of what you want because that's all that you can have an exchange on
Right.
is sex, then that would be way more attractive. Because guess what? Welfare is determined on another person giving a fuck about me, which they don't.
Right.
If I know that this man who created a baby with me, who really wants to sit up there and stick it out and really make this work, because I kid you not, it's more women that will literally It is more women that will literally follow a man if he knows where he going. And that's just what it is. You gotta prove, like my thing is, like, you think about it, like, think about how we're raised. Like, you put a doll in a baby girl's hand, she has responsibilities at 2.
That too, yeah.
Like, y'all still playing with Tonka trucks and action figures and everything like that, whatever. So naturally, we're more developed to have that mindset of somebody else. Y'all not. That's the reason why y'all can go with y'all egos and feel like y'all standing on business. But ego aside, if you look at it, like, don't get to sit up here and sow your royal oats, especially in your own community. That's the first and foremost. Right. If you're going to sow your royal, dude, mess over the other people. Don't do us like that, because then you harden our hearts to where we can't even look at y'all the same.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Look, I'm a Kevin Samuels fan, right? And he always talked about men being about business, you know what I mean? Right. But a lot of people are taking this message and perverting it. So you got these bum niggas who up here taking this message and they really taking their own anger out on women. These bitches don't do this and do that. It's like, nigga, but you don't really qualify.
What is she supposed to be doing for you though? Like,
the woman?
Yeah, what do you bring to the table for her to want to do that shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
as a man, I'm saying, but as a guy, you supposed to look. As a man, you supposed to be 3 niggas in one, right? You got to be the rider, that's the protector, the provider, you know what I'm saying, and the guider. Give her some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're supposed to be the combination of those 3, you know, however it balances out. But you got to do these things. She got to feel safe with you. You got to protect her. You got to provide something. Even if she make more money than you, bring her a box of Black & Miles or something. You know, but
no, that's for real. That's facts.
But for real though,
that's
you know,
considerate.
Yeah. You thank her for the opportunity,
right?
You know, ma'am, and right, and then what else do the rider? You know, that's all the same stuff. Provide, ride, guide. But at the same time, as women, for guys, we need a combination of 3 things. You know what I'm saying? We need a looker, we need a cooker, and that's all the domestic stuff: cooking, cleaning. Even if she don't cook, she gonna feed you. She'll go buy it,
right?
Yeah. And hooker. You know, cater to my perversions. You know what I'm saying? As a man, but like I'm just saying, like we all need these things. We need those. Yeah. And people feel like on both sides. Like, I don't think it's toxic masculinity. I think it's toxic people. It could be feminine or masculine. Right. You know? And it's some women who are just like, well, nigga, it's transactional. Nigga, break bread, do this, don't tell me what to do. It's like, wait a minute. Now listen, if you under my provision, you under my authority. Now that's like my daughter. You know, you my oldest now. You know what I mean? If I gotta pay for all your bills, you're gonna do what the fuck I say. You know what I mean? But a lot of guys be wanting that and not providing. You get them old school dudes, right? Yeah. Where, you know, daddy had a whole secret family. You know, back in that nigga took care of 2 households. Shut the fuck up. He could do what he want to do. It be niggas who be dependent on 2 women trying to talk that same shit. Right. Like, nigga, you cheat, you know what I'm saying? You living off of 2 bitches. Then you don't get to say nothing. Shut up. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to have that, I'm daddy. No, you're not. You the oldest.
I would say this too. Because I started with dating your lane, but I put this on my Facebook and my Instagram not too long ago. The crippling thing about our Black community is that more times than not, we're taught how to protect ourselves from each other, not how to unify.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah.
So I think that is the biggest issue. And then 2 other things. We're the only culture that publicize our shortcomings and our truths. That's the reason why everybody else knows us so well and is able to take the best of whatever they can to make it seem and present themselves as an asset to us versus the true liability they are. Right. 2, even when we do give the sauce, because honestly, the other part of it is that we've taken the elders off the porch because it ain't safe for them. Nope. We've destroyed the dinner table because we don't sit down with our kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So where else do they get these social inputs besides their tablets and phones and everything else? And even when they do go there, it's either us weaponizing or monetizing. Yeah. So where do you get the authentic, I give a fuck about you from a Black person?
And we get taught to be selfish.
And not only that, peer accountability. Because even with all of those dynamics aside, who are your peers that's going to hold you to a certain standard to where our collective is on this type of level?
Yeah, we can all come with grade school kids. That's what I try to point out to them every day. You know, and so you listen, bro, you making all this noise over here, you talking and shit. The teacher ain't teaching because of you. You fucking up my education. That's the kind of conversation you should have with that kid. but they don't see the value in
Peer
that.
accountability.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, you shut me up so I can learn, bro. I'm going into high school next year. I need to get this math. This fucking algebra killing me.
Yeah. But yeah, but like if you could, it'd be like it's some bad people, but like it's almost I'll compare it to the cops. They be like it's some bad cops. It's like, but the good cops ain't telling these niggas don't do that
Don't
shit.
do it.
And you know what's so crazy? Around when that George Floyd thing happened, I promise you on everything, because everybody say I want to be a few bad apples. I really wanted to start a challenge of police officers, lawyers, and all type of different community hired people who work in the community or whatever, good apple of whatever city or county you from, and actually tell the truth. Tell how, you know, basically this is your rights as a person when you interact with a cop. This is your rights as a person when you have to go to court. Educate your community, because everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's laws is different. So be a good apple of underscore city. You know what I'm saying?
Any civilian I've ever seen who said they know their rights got shot. Officer, I know my rights. Okay, well, shut up, nigga.
Yeah.
Dumb. But no, I mean, like, we really do have to start
do.
being and utilizing these things for our betterment instead of talking down on somebody else and feeling like you're better. Because guess what? No one man is an island. So even if you're the best of our demographic, how is that helping everybody else?
No.
And we're not community centric, man. Like it's like everybody else cares about their community, but like meanwhile us, it's cool to be toxic. If you black, it's cool to be toxic.
cool.
Like that's the thing. It's like who says
It's
that?
trigger culture.
Yeah, who says that though? Like I'm toxic. If you can't be nice to these niggas because they're like, no, be nice to me. You know, I want to be here.
But it's like she said earlier, but you can't treat everybody the same. You can't assume everybody is the same way. You know, because.
And then on top of that,
The internet do.
that's also another thing that's falling back to people establishing healthy boundaries. Not your, this is me, you gonna take it type of, no, healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I bet you one thing, if you was to tell your bro, hey, that ain't cool, and if you keep doing it, step away from him, he may not be able to come to the level to where he can be back around you, but he knows how to treat his next group of people, you know what I'm saying, better.
Go check yourself. Yeah.
Because your absence sometimes does more for a person than your presence.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Bars.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I'm more than just a little comment on stage.
Don't cover the knee up though. That's
Cross their leg after that motherfucker, boy. You just dropping bars. So once again, we in the building with EULISE Dickerson and Tyrone Gaines, who once again will be performing at the SNS Production Presents Comedy Night on March 1st at the Diamond 8 Lounge, 3400 St. Clair Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, get your tickets on invitebright.com. That was a mouthful there. So we're going to close.
He ain't getting off his chest.
Did you get anything off your chest? I thought that was anything to get off your chest, Tyrone. I'm sorry.
well, man. So I told the bitch, right? No.
I've been trying to hear the story all night.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I don't got nothing, man. But I want to encourage my people, just love, man. You know what I'm saying? And just come together and stop being selfish, man. Like, America makes you feel like you have to be happy.
You're a good boy.
Oh, my God. I'm about to I just came twice. But no, as people, man, we should come together, man. Like, stop the hate, stop the bullshit, man. We should just come together. And if somebody do something that you want to do, talk to him. Hey, how do you do that? Don't hate him. That nigga ain't never been. No, man, talk to him. Figure out what he doing.
When you talk, and the person you talking to, be receptive and get the information back to the motherfucker that's asking for the information.
Each one teach one. Look, I'm at my best when I'm teaching somebody else how to do something. It makes me better at what I'm doing. So, man, come on, talk to these folks, man. Get your information and get your shit together. And
Respect the source. Though.
respect the source. And what else? Fuck these bitches. And I don't know. I don't have anything else. No, I love the bitches. I apologize.
I love the men. I don't like the niggas. I love the men.
Definitely. Once again, shout out to Ryan Polk, who had to, leave a little earlier tonight, but he was definitely here in the building as well. And he's going to be at the Diamond 8 Lounge as well, along with Tyler Parnell. TAYLA Parnell. My man SB Sean Boy, and hosted by a good friend of mine, Mel Yarbrough. So we got the top 5 comics. We asked Ryan that. Let's put your Mount Rushmore your top 5 together.
Eddie Murphy. Ooh. Kevin Hart. Dave Chappelle. There's not a no order either.
Right.
Jamie Foxx, D-Ray Davis.
Okay.
Nice.
I ain't heard a bad one yet.
For me, it's Patrice O'Neal first and foremost, George Carlin, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, and I will put
I said that earlier.
And as my fifth, I would go.
EULISE Dickerson.
Ooh, EULISE Dickerson. Red Fox.
Red Fox.
Heavy.
We may as well. So, all right. I guess it's no particular order as well. But definitely Eddie Murphy. I learned so much from watching Raw. I learned so much about the world from watching that shit.
Hey, that nigga was 26.
Right.
Doing Raw.
So that's definitely at the top of my list. Bernie Mac. I gotta throw Jim Carrey crazy ass in there. That dude is hilarious. Definitely Chappelle. And my old school is Richard Pryor. Stories are unbelievable.
Yeah.
The story's unbelievable. Great storytelling.
All right, I'm gonna say Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Patrice O'Neal, Corey Holcomb, and Bernie Mac.
Solid
ass.
But I gotta get some love to Bill Burr too, man. He don't get enough love, but shout out to Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's one of Patrice's kids.
Yeah, no, for
he
sure.
came up under him. Kevin Hart. I forget the other guy, Jim Norton, but they're all Patrice's kids.
I feel like Corey one of his distant kids too.
No, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
Bernie Mac, number one for me, all time. Damn. Bernie, Cat.
Sid. No.
You gonna say the Kings of Comedy? DL.
Steve Harvey.
I mean, like, dude, you number 6 on this daggone tidal wave. Like, you ain't thought about this?
Hey, DL's
No,
probably about 6,
I was, and then y'all just
This is how you do his top 5s. No matter what we doing, he gotta draw it out for you.
I do. It's for the entertainment value. They love this. The suspense, No, Bernie, Cat, Kev, Corey Holcomb. And Eddie Griffin.
Ooh.
I'm
Eddie
mad
is
at
nice
that.
That's a
one.
good
I'm not mad at that. Yeah.
Eddie, motherfucker.
George Carlin was a good one too. A lot of people say
Oh
he was on
man, George is.
Excellent storytelling as well. So y'all want to plug y'all socials?
EULISE Dickerson on any social media platform. That is EULISE. Facebook is private. Send me a daggone inbox. Let me know that you was tuning in here. Instagram is public. EULISE Too Funny on TikTok. Holla at your girl. And you better be in the motherfucking building 4/24/24.
Facts. Let's pack it out.
Tyrone the Comic on Instagram and Tyrone Gaines on Facebook. That's GAINES. Yeah.
And so a special shout out to our special guest that came out tonight to speak with the starting 5. Ryan, EULISE, and Tyrone definitely killed the
Thank you for having us out.
Thanks for coming.
Great
Also, shout out to Phil Southall. You know what I'm saying, for linking all
Shoot.
this together.
Feel the ball is in your court.
And shout out to the AKAs. Is this an AKA couch? That's what I was going to ask.
The green, the little dog.
No affiliation.
Is that Steve Weep or Ooh Whoop? Which one is it?
First one. No affiliation.
Shout out to our other starting 5 hosts, Justo starting 5, and X Last of a Dying Breed X, our man Dom, for Javier, for John. We just starting 5, y'all. We out.
And tell your mama about me.
Ask your daddy about me.
Got a new drop.
The auntie, for me, I don't know who's left on the list.
Finally got a rebuttal, John.